important stuff to get to here. You hate to see two folks that you like fighting. In this instance, it's two folks I don't like, so I love to watch them fight. And do we have a timeline on this, or are you just pulling the most rancid things that they're saying?
I don't really I can't tell who fired first.
It seems like Marjorie Taylor Greene did, but it's also hard to know. Laura Loomer and Marjorie Taylor Greene, surely someone must have done journalism on this. Now, what is, of course, what a coward.
So the image that's been taken down was, it said you've been blocked by Laura Loomer or whatever. And
Okay.
so this was a response to being blocked by her.
Now, this is really mean. A lot of times people, want to see what you've posted. And if you've been blocked, it's mean. People feel like they can't tell their other friends, like I saw this clip, and then other people are talking about it. And apparently Laura Loomer blocked Marjorie Taylor Greene, and this is what she had to say. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Of course, what a coward. I looked her up after I heard she attacked Medal of Honor recipient Florent Groberg, who risked his own life to heroically save his military brothers from a suicide bomber. What was hero Florent Groberg's Loomer crime? Nothing. He spoke at a Democrat convention. It's called the Democratic Convention, just incidentally.
Democrat.
But if Laura Loomer has zero respect or reverence for even the most heroic people in America, ask any veteran, military member, and American. No one cares about his politics. The man was willing to die to save others from a suicide bomber.
As a veteran, I agree.
Shut up, Laura. But there's more. She really doesn't know what to do with a comma, I will say, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Okay, so I guess...
but there's more.
But I just want to clarify what they're even talking about. The Army had posted something about this guy Groberg, who was had previously spoken at the DNC, and Laura Loomer was upset that he wasn't born in the United States, according to her. And prior to that, in the days previous, Laura Loomer had said and testified during a deposition in her lawsuit against Bill Maher because Bill Maher made a joke that Trump and her have slept together and that they might be in an arranged marriage. So in her deposition, she said that Trump's staff 5 days ago told me they can't stand Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Wait a second.
Somehow that gets leaked to Puck News.
Okay, now I'm confused.
Okay.
She's suing Bill Maher for saying that she and Trump had sex, and then she's talking about Trump's staff?
I know, it's so right. And all of his firm and semi-firm tariff deadlines.
She doesn't get it, Brian.
I got it.
Okay.
Like a wizard staff. What do you think, I'm 2 years old? I mean, I did just say wizard staff. So.
Okay, a wizard staff. Anyways, so Trump's staff told Laura Loomer to her face that...
and we saw in South Park, his staff does speak.
You have to get really close up. You gotta get really close up.
What's that? I can't hear you. That Marjorie Taylor Greene was what?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I'm trying to follow it.
Nobody liked it. Okay.
Okay, so that's how the tension kicked off there,
Okay.
and then
All right, can I get back to the tone that Marjorie Taylor Greene?
I'm sorry.
Shut up, Laura. But there is more.
Whoa.
She is using a Medal of Honor recipient as a pawn to attack Secretary of the Army Dan Driscoll because they honored him. Laura Loomer will lie about and slander the best people in order to rip apart other Republicans she is trying to destroy. She routinely lies about me. She constantly lied about Matt Gaetz. She lied about those who us. You got to scroll up. I can't. Okay. Who are hardcore and unapologetically America first. That is that's about Israel.
I didn't expect that much more when I scrolled up.
As a matter of fact, 95% of her slanderous attacks are against Republicans. Why does she do that? Because she is not MAGA. She is MIGA. MIGA.
Ooh.
MIGA?
Make Israel great again.
Oh, make Israel great again. Many people
Oh.
are asking who or what government or what intelligence agency has bankrolled the twice failed congressional candidate, Laura Loomer. Absence of comma all these years. Because she has never had a real job, she's not legally allowed to own a gun, and she spends 100% of her time trying to funnel her lies and manipulated propaganda to the president of the United States. Many people need to wake up about her reporting. Researching facts and then spinning them into lies to serve her agenda doesn't make her good or trustworthy. It makes her a liar, and it makes her dangerous. Oh boy.
What a burn.
Boy. Well,
She can't own a gun.
Let's be fair and see what Laura Loomer responded with. Because now, do we know this is a direct response? Like, is this the first thing, Brian? Or are you just trying to get to this? Because Brian likes the
I'm not just
lasciviousness.
No, I'm not. This is what I found on her X page.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Laura Loomer writes, and listen, this is a family show. So you may want to back away from the computer now. Laura Loomer writes, I wish Representative MTG, that is Marjorie Taylor Greene, got on her knees for her Lord and Savior as much as she got on her knees for men who aren't her husband.
Ooh.
Just another fake Christian. Can you call yourself Christian when your mouth is full of other men's
Wizard staff.
wizard staff? She uses the C word, but we're not going to use that because it's a family show. But here's the other thing. I feel like Loomer is she is showing herself to have a certain sensitivity and awareness there. You keep this back up because she makes it clear that she has to specify that it's men's wizard staff.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
I'm reading.
woke.
I mean, you read
I appreciate that.
the quote tweet one. I have the full one, which I didn't see before, but that Laura Loomer first said it was the Jews who made MTG cheat on her husband
That's
in the
on there.
back room of a CrossFit gym. The Zionists forcibly opened her up her legs and made her destroy her family. They made her ruin her marriage. But then she bought a cross and was forgiven for ruining her marriage and being a slut. She's very defensive about sexual favors.
And she goes on to say, can you call yourself a Christian when your mouth is full of other men's, I guess this is being specific, wizard staff. I may be Jewish, but at least I'm not a Jezebel. Now,
This is nasty.
I don't even like that construction. What's so wrong about being Jewish?
Right.
Or a Jezebel.
Yes.
For that matter, why are we slut shaming?
But it is, well,
But at the same
they're
time,
Republicans.
she's slut shaming, but she's also saying that, listen, having a wizard staff not necessarily
Makes you a man.
from a man.
But that's
man.
true.
Yeah.
It also just makes it clear that she's drawing a distinction between the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene was married and Laura Loomer, who may or may not be engaging in any of these wizard staff actions, is not married. So, but
Now,
I'm
where does Mark Levin come into this? Because apparently,
It's a whole other. She's fighting in many wars on many fronts right now.
two-front war.
Yeah.
right. She's fighting all this stuff, all the pro-Israel supporters in her party, and I do think.
Are we sure that's Laura Loomer's tweet?
Yes, I just saw it.
Okay. Because I don't want to, in any way.
If it isn't, that's the classiest thing on her feed.
Exactly. Well, okay, that's impressive. Now, here is.
This is on Real America's Voice. I don't know. Is that a new network pops up every day I show up to work.
And I don't understand. Is this the chat that?
This will fade real quick.
Is this a video?
Yes, this is her responding
This is her on
Oh, I see.
some
Okay.
new channel called Real America's Voice.
with
Now,
Eric Bowling.
Mark
Yeah.
Levin is considered a pillar of intellectualism and a constitutional scholar on the right. but does not know about contractions or the difference between a possessive your and a you are. But nevertheless.
I wanted to just bring you in to respond to Levin. What do you think's going on here?
Well, isn't it extraordinary what happens when, ever since I've called for AIPAC to be registered under federal law as a foreign agent, basically to register themselves as a foreign lobbyist, which is what they are. AIPAC lobbies on behalf of Israel. They even take members of Congress on their freshman year on a full expenses paid trip to Israel for several weeks, where they're completely immersed in all of the policies there in Israel. And they're also immersed in all of the financial demands that Israel makes of America and America's military. And ever since I've said that, and I've also used the G word, Eric, I did call it a genocide in Gaza. Mark Levin has lost his mind and has gone on raving lunatic rants about me on social media and on his radio show, even to the point, if you read his comments right there, he is calling a woman who professes to be a Christian, he calls her a bigot. And then someone nicely says, MTG 2028, and he says prison. The man is calling for me to go to prison. Mark Levin is calling for me to go to prison.
All right, pause it. You don't have to take it down. But to be fair, Levin just asked a question. Wasn't calling for to go to prison. Like prison? Like, are you suggesting you go to prison? I love this. And honestly, I want to make it clear. I don't care about any of these people. I just want to be able to say that if this in any way increases the anger amongst the followers of Mark Levin or Marjorie Taylor Greene or Laura Loomer, I'm in favor of it. Even if this video, if this video gets one person to get angry at one of those people, I feel like our work here is done.
I think so too.
It's interesting that Boiling, because Eric Boiling used to be on Fox. Mark Levin is like best friends with Sean Hannity. There is a lot of backstabbing and distrust that's going on here, folks. And
led by Tucker Carlson in part. I mean, that is, I hate to see it. I do think there's something interesting happening here, and what Marjorie Taylor Greene is doing is interesting in the sense that in the last cycle, the three members of Congress that had the highest percentage of small dollar contributions were, you could probably guess who two of them are, AOC and Bernie Sanders. And the other one is Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, we don't like it, but she is their best grassroots fundraiser who is not named Trump. And she doesn't take money from AIPAC, in part because she's pretty anti-Semitic. But it frees her to say certain things and position herself and brand herself in a way that maybe she has some belief that this is going to hurt the Republican Party in the future. And there's a split maybe between the 10 plus million member Kufi Christian Zionists and some of the more new young Republicans who are less associated with a Kufi. So what their angle is, it's very subtle. I appreciate that she called it a genocide, but that's kind of where the appreciation ends, because the stuff about AIPAC being a foreign lobbyist organization, I think there's a valid, I don't know how much good that would do, but I think it's a good thing to push for. But the explanation is wrong, because they're trying to imply that Israel is the party that is controlling the United States when it's actually the other way around. And I know that Netanyahu has outsmarted both Biden and Trump and all of that, but Israel is functions as an imperial outpost for the United States. And what they're trying to imply is that it's really the Jews that are secretly controlling us. And you see that the more and more they tease this out in conservative media, that is the underlying implication. And Tucker Carlson is having Christians on to talk about how this is discrimination against Christians. And they can be a useful tool if we want to, hopefully put an end to this slaughter, but we have to be clear about where they're coming from.
And let's be clear here. I am very, very skeptical that they can be a useful tool. I have no problem, and that they're. I'm obviously happy that anybody supports the end of this genocide, And in some respects, don't. It's not a first order concern of mine what their reason is. But let's not kid ourselves. Ultimately, they are not part of a coalition that we're part of. And so to the extent that they have any influence on the outcome of this, it has really nothing to do with us. We are part of a coalition, and we can influence that coalition, but we have no influence with the people that Marjorie Taylor Greene has influence with. None. Zero. And she has no influence with the people that, with whom that we're in a coalition with, and could get them to change in some way the outcome of this.
Right.
There is no joining together because there is no one for us to pressure together. There is no place where Marjorie Taylor Greene and, Greta Thunberg show up together and are more effective than they would be individually.
Yeah.
Who is that person that they would go talk to? That's how you make an assessment as to the value of like developing a coalition with these people. I'm happy that she's doing what she's doing.
Right.
And I wish her good luck, but I'm not going to be able to convince Trump any more than she's going to be able to convince, the Marjorie Taylor Greene's going to be able to convince, I don't know.
President AOC?
Yeah. I mean, that's just the facts.
Yeah.
That's just the facts.
And
Just
everything
because
else
you
is a media
agree
tour. Yeah.
on something, it has to do with, where that opinion is coming from and in what context it is. There are instances where, maybe, I'm trying to think of of an example, like, maybe there is a Republican figure that you could go to a president and make a case about, we need to protect small businesses more. I mean, maybe. But in this instance, no. You can't take leaders of both contingencies and show up together and have there be a person or a lever of power where they are helpful. It's just not. It's just the nature of coalitional. It's the nature of politics. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, and this is where liberal Zionists are leaving oxygen for this really scary stuff. Where if we were talking about Israel as a project of racial integration and ending apartheid and ending genocide for a multicultural purpose, which is what it should be, then you have a better chance of undercutting this. But now for them, they're trying to make it Christians versus Jews. And that's pretty bad. That's pretty dangerous.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.